So high above the one sea of Hufshan floats a very large fishing boat. This fishing boat hovers about 20-30 feet above the water. There's a large river that flows through the bubble. There are no ships along the water. There are many flying ships that sort of hover above. We hear a couple people that it's like the first time complaining about, it's quite inefficient. Fishing, dropping the nets through, it's like they should be on the water and all sorts of stuff like that. Just complaining. The captain up here turns and tells them to stop complaining. It's been well over 100 years since anyone's been able to do anything on the water safely, and thanks to these ships, they don't lose people like they did, especially to the great the sea dragon, those turtle monsters that flow through, and the captain realizes what he says, and he sort of hushes up real quick when he sees a certain person that's on watch, lookout. So all the ships have someone that's watching the seas to make sure that nothing could be disturbed under the water. This is the character that we're looking at. He has his foot up on the bow, looking, checking out the sea, looking at everything, especially for signs of shells. So flowing through the water. So I'll turn that over to I'll turn it over to this swashbuckler, or wannabe swashbuckler, if he wishes to talk to the two guys complaining about why there's no boats on the waterways.
Which two be speaking? You don't know what you're talking about. I be an elf here, and I know that you're not aged enough. But I sailed the seas when they were still wet. When we weren't on these air flippant, buoyant boats. When we actually got salt in our brims and in our veins.
One looks at it, that sounds awful. Does it burn? Does it make like your throat like,
It gives you a manner of speaking.
And so, it's like, too much salt makes my ears burn. My nose just opens up.
Well, I tell you what, we have a new place here on our lure. Would you like to jump on the hook?
He's like, one of them goes, is that an official job?
Actually, I looked at the captain. New bait, Captain!
So, roll performance.
I know it's plus 2. 18.
So, Captain's like, oh yeah, it's been a while. We need to make sure the hook is tight. Go ahead and, you there, young guy, make sure to tie yourself and slide down and check the hook. So the one comes over to you and asks you to tie the knots and stuff.
Plus 8. 22.
Alright, so he's like, so I just go down and clean the stuff off the hook?
Yar, and then you place new meat on it.
Oh, so another person comes up and hands him like this big chunk of meat. So the captain's in the back, sort of smiling and grinning. So the guy...
And whatever you do not pull on this part of the rope.
Oh, is it like a knot to come up? Okay. So, let's see how well he listens. That's a 3. So, he's like, yeah, how hard can it be? It's like, so my grandmother can fish. What's the big deal? So he goes down the rope and slides. The captain makes sure that everything... He's like, oh, turbulence! And starts shaking the ship and starts going down and starts like, skimming along the water. He said, I can't pull up!
Captain, there be shell sign!
It's like, oh no! And he turns real quick and it turns the ship really quick and it dunks the guy on the end of the hook and comes back up. And
I don't think we got it. We need to get him up before the turtle herds.
So he all laughs, and all of a sudden, then there's a bell that starts ringing in the back, and there's a lady in the back goes, "Shell sign, shell sound ringing the actual bell. It's like so.
I start pulling the kid up as fast as I can.
Straight check. Straight check.
15.
So,
Please, please.
he's like, help. So
It's all really burning.
It's like, so at this point, like he's trying to pull the ship up, and all of a sudden, like there's water that sort of plants open. It looks like a whirlpool, but it's not. It's the mouth.
Oh gosh.
This is coming up. So he's like dangling off. So it's like this. It's like it's coming up like this, and it just snaps as it goes back in. And when he comes down and splashes, it like creates a great splash up and sort of even gets on top. So you get the young man up on the boat.
Well, did you get the meat on the hook?
So he turns around, he still has it.
Well, I guess we'll give her a few minutes and you'll go back down.
So he looks around.
Oh, that's right. There's another way to do this. And I pull the rope up. Here, put it on the hook.
He puts it on the hook.
Think we can catch this one, Captain?
So
She may be more weight than we can handle.
Does it drop it if she's around? Then her pups are probably in the water too. We should probably be able to snag one of the pups.
And I dropped the hook.
So
And I turned to the young guy. Sir, do you think it was that bad living on the water? Aye. Don't speak again out the side of your face or we'll use you for the bait.
So the captain's up and they're sort of dragging the water, moving away. They also make sure to take the dragon turtle farther away from actually land, make sure, because that's one of the jobs that a lot of these ships do. They steer some of the bigger creatures away from the land. They don't just fish, they also do like protection of some of the creatures that could hurt Hubshan if they'd come ashore. So while it's going on, there's an Omnicom sitting there. He looks down, and Omnicom sort of glows. And, or shoot, now it's not Omni, it's the Neocom. Yeah, it's the
Don't say
Neocom.
anything. Let it happen. Anyway.
Yeah, it's the Neocom. So the Neocom glows, and he goes through, and he goes, "Hey, apparently your tryouts today. It's like they want to know if there's anyone on the ship that is capable of attending the university. So anyone here wish to show us your salt, so to speak, and see if you have any abilities that one ball here would like to see?"
Yar. I'm tired of this bubble. I've been here too long. We need to seek fishing elsewhere. That we could increase the knowledge of magical items. Did I ever tell you the tale of the lost longhorn of the north? Well, here, I'll go tell it to the ball.
Okay, so you come to the ball. The captain's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" So most fools that I've known through my lifetime that go to that school and go outside the bubble never come back. At least here we have purpose. It's like,
Yar.
This ship could be yours one day. It's like you've been a good sailor. I don't know how many good years you got left. Like it being an elf and all, but
I can't do it anymore. I can't be reined in by this bubble. It's not enough. There's not enough water. And it's the same family of turtles we mess with. It's the grandchildren of the ones that blew me ashore.
They can go in and out of the bubble. Creatures can
Oh, no, they know me, Captain. They know I'm left. That's why they keep coming.
He said, "You keep saying these legends. It's not true. It's like these have to be. They can't be the same turtle down there that ate your ship."
The big one, maybe.
So it's like, I know the truth. You just tell all the young little pups on the ship. These sea lions aren't really lions now, are they? It's like all they're really like sea slugs, afraid of getting some salt on them.
Well, That may be your crew, but it's not me.
So the comm here wants you to show that you have magic proficiencies to see if you qualify.
Yar, bring me the nets.
Okay, so they lay some nets out into the hold right there.
What would usually take a net maiden hours to be able to mend after a large catch, I can do mending.
So it takes 10 minutes?
Not even
It's an
that.
action, right?
Yeah,
It's an action.
I thought it actually took time. So, I just double check because I thought mending actually had a time
I
here.
think it does
It's
have-
it's either a minute or 10 minutes now.
Okay.
I just want to make sure because I think the old mending just happened instant, but I think the new mending actually has time. Not that it matters, but I want to know how long it takes.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I slid the patch over my other eye. And I can detect the magic.
The captain sits there with the comm and goes, "Do you detect magic on anyone on my crew?"
1 minute.
Yeah, it takes 1 minute.
Okay. Well, I turn and glance at the crew. Walk within 30 feet of them.
Detect magic, what takes 10 minutes to cast? Yeah, it's not instant either.
Well, I get the spell
but-
up and running. It's
not that I care.
a
that
use
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, like I didn't know like if the use has a different amount of time.
Spell.
Nobody's going to interrupt you.
Use one action, Ellen Lineage.
Yeah, click it and it'll tell you the casting time.
Yeah, I'm trying to search it, but it's being slow.
It takes one action, it's concentration, and it'll last up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so there's some people have to do more, but I think your natural is quick. So,
Yeah.
Okay. So go through. It's like find, do our Arcana check, and just and I'll tell you who here has innate magic.
That would be a 12.
Okay, good. Still, with your detect magic, it's real easy. There's a lady up on here, so that's back in the opposite end of the ship that you felt has magic. So do you want to call her?
Aye, Our Lady of the Watch.
So she is also an elf. So apparently the captain knew that she is a dropout of the academy. So the ball glows, knowing that you have completed it. Apparently the dropout is a looker that looks for magic people to make sure there are orbs in place. It's like she watches and protects some things. So and make sure the neo balls and the neo comms are in place for when they're needed. She agrees that you've shown magic qualities, just not really used them, and that you qualify for the school if you wish it.
To dispel the spell, I'd slide the
Yeah,
over to the other eye.
Okay, so she no longer glows to you because they glow. They faintly glow. So the neo ball or the neo comm glows. And the captain goes, okay. She says, I will set you down at the nearest port near the train station. Apparently, they're sending someone to pick you up to come to the school within a few hours.
Yar. I go over to the kid that we dunked in the water. I said, be careful, Sea Rat. You don't want to get too close to the water again. Mind the tails. The dragons are real.
So the captain turns the great wheel and the ship goes and it starts heading to port. You can see off in the distance is great. It's almost a little thing. You see the castle that rises way above. So there's a port that's near, actually near the the city of Upshine. That's the old docks. But the sea is receded, so where the boats used to sit, that's where the airships come down, and they're not in the water from where the water's receded.
As I'm rambling off and pack my stuff, there be tales of a magical door on the docks. Long ago, you could access magics through the door. And there was a great sky ship that came forth from the islands from which I came. And they traversed the seas and airs and the door. But they were never seen again.
He's like, yes. There's this supposed door. The captain's like, it's an old fisherman's tale. So, it's like no one's seen the door, and it's definitely, not lived to tell the tale if they went into this door. After all, the door leads to an awful place that everyone always leaves out.
It is just a tale of understanding for the young, not to open a door if they don't know where it goes.
They then go and say they're talking about a few things. Where is it? Where is it? Of course it's gone. They're like, yes, don't go through the door, or the stair keeper will keep you forever. So
then I start cackling. Performance of a 13. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor?
So leave him at shore at a train station. And they float off to it.